Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. It's been a pleasure to have you along with me all season long. The regular season comes to an end tonight on Fan Appreciation Night presented by the Valley Mall. Fireworks after the night. The fans at the stadium, the team is certainly showing their appreciation for them. Souvenir Scott T. Pippen bobbleheads going home to the first 1,000 fans through the gates tonight. Meanwhile, I want to take a special moment to appreciate you guys, the fans at home who've been with us all season long, whether you are a family member of one of the players, coaches, my family. You guys have sacrificed so much to allow those players and coaches to come out and spend the summer here with the Pippins. It's been a great summer. They still got a few games left, a playoff run left starting on Saturday. We know it's been long and tough, but thank you so much for letting them enjoy the summer and sticking it out with them. If you're a fan at home who's not related to the team, thanks as always for tuning in as well. We appreciate your support and hope that you've enjoyed the coverage that I've been able to provide. We've been able to put together for you this season. We're happy to do it again next summer as well. Fan Appreciation Night is coming up. Pippins walk away with a tough loss last night. The series is tied going into tonight. When we come back, I'll take you through last night's game right here on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pippins pregame show. I'm Chris Rosado Jr. Last night, the Pippins did take a tough loss, but they actually got out to the lead early in the first inning, benefiting from 2 errors by the Wenatchee Applesox. Here's the 1-0, hard hit grounder third base side, and Tino Bethencourt, another misplayed ball in this series. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Myers off the end of the bat, dribbler up the middle, grabbed by the shortstop who tries to flip it in instead. He gets kicked by Taylor Holder sliding into second. Cabalas will score from third. Holder goes to third, and Chaz Myers is on a second straight error by the Wenatchee Applesox. Pippins would hold on to their 1-0 lead until the third inning when the bases got loaded against Connor Wilson, and this happened. And here comes the pitch. Up high, but softly lined into right field. Not hard contact, but they didn't need it. Drops in, 1 run scores. Here comes a second. Plante gets it in, a third one getting waved around. The throw from Myers is high, goes to the backstop, and on his way to third goes Colin Villegas. Well, so it was 3-1. The Pippins would eventually go on to tie the game at 3 with a 2-run inning, thanks to Mason Marenko and Bryce Martin Grudzalanek. The 1-2 pitch, and Marenko hits a line drive into left field. That will get caught by A.J. Guerrero. Tagging from third is Taylor Holder. The throw gets cut off. He will score. The other runners stay put. Bryce isn't a bad one either. Runners go. Line drive softly into center field. Diving for it was Jackson Vandebrake. He doesn't catch it. Carpentier scores from second. On his way to third goes Alex Shanks. And Bryce Martin Grudzalanek has an RBI base hit that ties this game up in the bottom of the third. Tied game, but then in the 4th inning, the Wenatchee Applesox able to put 2 runs on the board against Payson Sweeney. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Garrett Cutting, and he launches one into left. Shanks to the wall. On the warning track, leaps up, and he slams into the wall as the ball drops. Racing around to third goes Cutting. Both runs have already scored. The relay throw, and he is safe under the tag at third base. The Pippins would be able to add a run later on in the game in the 8th inning thanks to Bryce Martin Grudzelanek. He was our Cascade Natural Gas high-efficiency player of the game. You'll see that hit in the interview. Here's what he had to say after last night's game. As we were walking over here, you said something to me that was kind of very poignant, especially for a young player like yourself. Tell me what you were telling me about just the way that baseball goes sometimes.
I was kind of just describing how you have a good at-bat and you hit a ball hard and get out, and then the next time you hit a ball not so good and you get on with a hit or something like that.
Yeah, and Bryce experienced that tonight. He barreled up a baseball, line out to the second baseman, and ends up with a bloop RBI single in the 8th inning that puts the Pippins to within 1 run. His first RBI single tied up the game back in the 3rd inning. So a great day at the plate for Bryce. Now, Bryce, you're a younger player, like I said. You're going into UCLA as a freshman in the fall. Quick stop here in Yakima after your high school season. And you just play loose. You always look like you're having fun. What has been the key for you to staying light and having fun, even if you have bad games or good games, and just sort of keeping a level head throughout?
Yeah, I try and stay pretty level through the ups and downs because there's a lot, and they're not going to go away. So I try and stay pretty level.
Have you always been someone who had a lot of fun on the baseball field?
Yeah, I like to stay loose and just like kind of play like I would with like my buddies or something like that. Just stay loose and not stress over too many little things because it's gonna keep coming. There's always a next pitch, next play.
So the Pippins lose last night 5-4. Final game of the regular season tonight. Peyton Childers will make his debut on the mound along with a couple of new pitchers, helping to save some of the arms for the Pippins in the series finale for the season series as well. We'll be right back with an interview with head coach Kyle Crustangel ahead of the series finale.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pippins pregame show. Chris Rosado Jr. alongside head coach Kyle Crustangel one more time in the regular season here at home to finish things off against your former team, the Wenatchee Applesox. Series tied, series finale, regular season finale, and it's fan appreciation night. Just what are your feelings coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, it's excited. I mean, obviously, summer ball always goes by extremely quick, but I'm glad that this last game we're playing for a series win. Also, fireworks, bobblehead. You got kind of the whole gauntlet of stuff for the fans. Hopefully, get a good crowd out here tonight. But I think we're just ready for our last tune-up. Obviously, winning the first half, then was very excited to win the second half and win the overall. Guys kept playing hard the entire way, even though the second half we already had punched our ticket. But again, we've used this series, getting a lot of guys on the mound, a lot of different guys at bats, and really just tuning up, gearing up for Saturday. So looking to get after it today, win a series, and most importantly, just make sure we're healthy and ready for Saturday in Bellingham.
Yeah, Kyle Crustangel wearing the T-shirt commemorating the fact the Pippins won the first half in the North Division. They also, a few days ago, locked up the second half championship. First time in team history that the Pippins have won both halves in the North Division as they go into playoffs. But first, they got to wrap up the regular season tonight. I've been Chris Rosado Jr. alongside head coach Kyle Crustangel. We'll be right back with lineups and first pitch right here on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Hello everyone and welcome inside Yakima County Stadium, the Orchard, for opening day 2021 as the Yakima Valley Pippins begin their season with a 3-game set against the 4-time defending West Coast League champions, the Corvallis Knights.
Skipped out of his glove, now pops one up deep to right field, and that ball is gone. Chase Graves, have yourself a day. Simpson. That one swung on but lined hard into center field. Reese Hernandez looking back. And Dickman hits this one deep to left. Looking up is Cole Hinkleman, and he will watch it go. This game is tied in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bishop delivers. Outside corner, taken. Strike 3. Dylan Bishop strikes out the side in the top of the 8th. Here's the 3-2. Inside, taken, strike 3, and Tyler Frieders has retired the last 7 straight batters he's faced, 6 of them with strikeouts. The payoff pitch to Funk, swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts for Matty Funk, and that is strikeout number 10 for Kenny Johnson, tying the season high. So we head to the bottom of the 15th inning, and for the first time today, the Yakima Valley Pippins trail. They're behind 5-3 this game. Carpentier hits this one high and deep to right, and that ball is gone. First pitch hit to the left side. That will drop in left center field. Gerald will score easily from second. A balk called on Nick Irwin as Michael Carpentier Jr. took off for second. It's a walk-off balk in the bottom of the 16th inning. Working through the windup. Infield playing back against Saunders. The pitch swung on and missed. And the 6th strikeout of the night for Kirby Robertson. Shire with the pitch. Another slider popped up into center field. Chase Graves to his left, underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 3. 2 losses to start the series, but the Pippins respond in game 3 to avoid the sweep. Ben Delk's already out to a big lead, 4-0. Base hit. Here comes 1 run. This first pitch to Shanks. Line drive into left. It will drop for a base hit. Bryce getting waved around to go to the plate. The throw goes all the way home. 1 hops. The tag not in time. Here's the 2-1. Taylor Holder rips a line drive into left. It's an RBI double for Taylor Holder, and the Pippins now lead this game 5-4. Corey Gerald racing back, reaches up, and he makes the catch while falling to the ground. The ball goes to the shortstop. Spencer Marenko flips to Mason and over to first. Hello everyone and welcome back inside Yakima County Stadium, live now for game number 3, the regular season finale for the Pippins, as the Pippins host the Wenatchee Applesox to close out the year. Or at least the regular season year. Wenatchee's year will be done after today's game. Take you through tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic. For the best sports coverage in the Yakima Valley, subscribe to the Yakima Herald-Republic, either in print or online. You can subscribe by calling 577-7755. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell your stories. Starting lineup for the Wenatchee Applesox, Michael O'Hara will lead things off for them, playing center field. Enzo Apodaca, the right fielder, and Cullen Villegas back to catching tonight as the 3rd batter in the lineup. Tino Bethencourt stays in the lineup as the cleanup hitter, but he's DHing tonight. A.J. Guerrero, the left fielder, bats 5th, and Jackson Vandebrake will play second base. Luke Stuka, first baseman, moves up a spot. He's batting 7th tonight, with Ethan Stacy slotting in at number 8, playing third base, and Garrett Cutting rounding out the bottom of the order as the shortstop tonight for the Applesox. Starting pitcher for the Applesox when we get to the bottom of the first will be Jack Lee, left-hander. But on the mound tonight for the Pippins, also a left-hander, Peyton Childers, making his first start on the mound for the Pippins this season. And the first pitch to Michael O'Hara catches the outside corner for a strike.
First pitch, 7:08 p.m. We had some pregame festivities, so the game starts a few minutes late. Although I guess compared to the 10 minutes late that we were last night, 3 minutes isn't all that bad. Foul ball by O'Hara, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. 89 degrees here in Yakima, but it feels a lot warmer. Thick layer of smoke in the air over Yakima County Stadium. Here's the 0-2 pitch and another foul ball for O'Hara. Still no balls and 2 strikes for the first batter of this game, Michael O'Hara. Peyton Childers, the left-hander, working out of the windup. Here's the pitch again. Lines one right back at Childers, who thankfully did not get hit by that one as it goes into center field. It's a leadoff base hit for Michael O'Hara. O'Hara had a leadoff double in Tuesday night's game. That'll bring Enzo Apodaca to the plate with O'Hara on first and no outs. Childers making his debut for the Pippins on the mound. He does have 4 starts this season, but no at-bats. He started as the DH a few times, but was pinch hit for every time in the first at-bat. Ball thrown down low to Enzo Apodaca. It's 1-0. Childers out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Will be a sophomore at Yakima Valley College in the fall. The 1-0 pitch bounces down low. Sam Olson didn't know where it was at first, finds it, and it's behind him. So 2 balls and no strikes. O'Hara moves up to second on the ball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes for Childers against Apodaca. Hits a hard grounder, and that one took an awkward hop, bounces over the head of Alex Fernandez, and coming around to score from second is O'Hara. It was bobbled out in right field by Blake Dickman. And so it will be an RBI base hit for Enzo Apodaca. 2 hits to start this game, and the Applesox already hold a 1-0 lead. That'll bring Colin Villegas to the plate. He's played in both games. Caught in the first game DH, the second one. So Apodaca on first. Childers, the left-hander, delivers a strike to Colin Villegas. It's 0-1. Still no outs as we get this game going here in Yakima. (0-1), and it's popped up out of play. 0-2. So Childers ahead 0-2 against the second of 3 batters. Another line drive goes into left field. That's the 3rd straight base hit for the Wenatchee Applesox against Peyton Childers to start this game. Well, he got out in front of the first batter, Michael O'Hara, who drilled one right back at him into center field. He's ahead of Colin Villegas 0-2, and Villegas rips one into left field. Apodaca had a 2-0 count when he hit his single into right field, and here's Tino Bethencourt. Always a tough out, whether on the base paths or at the plate. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball outside corner, and it's 0-1 on the back door. Runners on first and second and no outs. Wenatchee up 1-0 already. Fastball up and in, and it's taken for a ball by Bethencourt. Childers working out of the stretch. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one bounces inside. It bounced off of Sam Olson's foot, and now he comes up limp as the runners move up. And he'll try to walk this one off. The Pippins, Michael Carpentier Jr. was behind the plate last night, and he took a ball in the dirt that hopped back up between the legs. That took him out of the game. Sam Olson, I believe, was just hit on the foot. Not sure exactly where it got him on the foot, but now he's walking off the mound and back towards home plate, waving off the trainer and Kyle Crustangel. So still, 2 balls and 1 strike for Bethencourt. The runner's now on second and third base with no outs in the top of the first inning. That one goes down as a pass ball. And a line drive into center field. Alex Fernandez reaches up, and it's off of his glove. 1 run scores. The second one stops at third. And so it's an RBI base hit for Tino Bethencourt. Should go down as a hit anyways. And that'll end up being the 4th straight hit for the Applesox to start this game. And now they're up 2-0 with the runners on the corners and no outs. Does go down as a single as suspected. And here's A.J. Guerrero. Guerrero comes into this game hitting .369. First pitch to him, and he takes a breaking ball, catches the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, runner goes, fastball up high. Olson fakes the throw to second, throws down to third, and it bounces off the leg of Colin Villegas, but thankfully knocked down by the glove of Chaz Myers to keep it in the ballpark. So it's 1-1 for Guerrero. And Tino Bethencourt steals second base. That is his 15th stolen base of the season. Puts him in a tie with Enzo Apodaca, who already scored a run in this inning. And the 1-1 ripped through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. 1 run scores. The other one held up at third. And again, runners on the corners. 5 straight singles to start this game for the Wenatchee Applesox against Peyton Childers. Well, the Pippins trying to use some new arms to try to save some of the other arms, the ones that have been throwing for them throughout the season, and they want ready for the playoffs. Peyton Childers, Pippins brought on to add as a playoff arm. He was not expected to go too far into this game so that he would still be able to pitch this weekend if they needed him. And right now he has not been able to record an out. He's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits to start this game. Kelly Fitzpatrick out for a chat. Everyone except for Spencer Marenko is on the mound talking things out. Defensively for the Pippins, Alex Shanks is out in left field. Corey Jarrell in center, and Blake Dickman is the right fielder. Chaz Myers is the third baseman with Spencer Marenko at shortstop today, and Alex Fernandez at second with Willie Lajoie, the first baseman. Behind the plate tonight is Sam Olson, and as you know, left-hander Peyton Childers on the mound. This past season with Yakima Valley College did not earn a decision. He made 9 appearances, 1 start. He had a 1.76 ERA for the Yaks. Foul ball by Jackson Vandebrake, and it's 0-1. Just over 15 innings of work for Childers this season in the spring. Struck out 17, allowed 11 walks, just 7 hits. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1 for him. The most hits that Peyton Childers allowed in one outing came when he started on May 2nd in Treasure Valley, where he went 5 1/3 and allowed 3 hits. He's already allowed 5 to start this game. Fly ball goes out of play on the right field side, so it's 1-2 for Vandebrake. He allowed just 4 runs in the spring, 3 of them earned. And 3 so far here in the top of the first inning. Out of the stretch, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, Vanderbrake gets a piece of it and lines it out of play just over the grandstands on the first base side. Pippins have a pitcher down in the bullpen starting to stretch out. They brought him out when Kelly Fitzpatrick went out for the mound visit. The 1-2 pitch, grounded to the third baseman, Chaz Myers, spins and throws to second. The throw to first, not in time. Well, they at least get 1 out. Tino Bethencourt scores from third base on the fielder's choice. On the great footwork by Chaz Myers there to put himself in a position to get the ball to second. Alex Fernandez had a little bit of trouble with it. Probably wouldn't have been able to make the turn regardless. So Jackson Vanderbrake on first base. Here's Luke Stuka with 1 out. First pitch. Catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Stuka hitting .231 on the season. Last night went 1 for 4. Had 2 strikeouts in the game. Runner goes. The 0-1 pitch popped up behind home plate, foul territory. Sam Olson finding it. Looks like he's got it, and he makes the catch. Vanderbrake had enough time to return to first base after he was stealing on the play. So just the out on the pop-up. And that will bring Ethan Stacy to the plate. Go back to Lower Columbia College as a sophomore in the fall, playing third base tonight. Came in for Tino Bethencourt last night to play third base after Bethencourt had a rough day defensively. Fly ball into center field on the first pitch. Corey Gerald, the center fielder, over to it in the left center field gap, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 5 hits for the Wenatchee Applesox to start the game. 4 of them go on to score, and the Applesox lead 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning, and the Wenatchee Applesox already out to a big lead, 4-0. 4-run deficit, the largest deficit that the Pippins have been able to close in on this season. Take you through tonight's starting lineup for the Pippins. Spencer Marenko will lead things off playing shortstop tonight. Chaz Myers, the third baseman, bats second, with Sam Olson catching and batting third. Michael Carpentier Jr., by the way, is in the lineup tonight as the DH hitting cleanup. Willie Lajoie will bat fifth and play first base. Blake Dickman, the right fielder, hits sixth, with Alex Shanks, the left fielder, batting seventh. Alex Fernandez hits eighth as the second baseman, and Corey Gerald is at the bottom of the lineup as the center fielder. Spencer Marenko takes ball 1. Starting pitcher tonight you already met, Peyton Childers. Got roughed up a little bit in his WCL debut on the mound, but settled in and got 3 outs to get out of the first. We'll see what happens when he comes back out for the second inning, see if he's calmed down the nerves a bit. As I said, the Pippins brought Peyton Childers on to hopefully pitch in the postseason for them. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed on a ball that was low, and it's 1-2. So there's a little bit of pressure on the young pitcher. That could have factored into it. Wenatchee also hungry here to win the series in the regular season finale. They've got no playoffs after this. Their season is done no matter what happens here tonight. Meanwhile, the Pippins are looking forward to Saturday. They've got this game to go and obviously want to win. This is a team that never takes a game off, never takes a series off. That's part of the reason they were able to close in and win the second half championship in the North Division. The 1-2 pitch to Spencer Marenko. He takes down low, and it's 2-2. Spencer Marenko comes into this game hitting .235. On base percentage, right around 400. For the better part of the last month, the 2-2 pitch, he takes out high and away, and it's 3-2. And part of the reason for that has been the walks. He's got a great eye at the plate, puts it to use. 26 walks so far this season. Here's the payoff pitch. He takes inside corner, strike 3. Well, that time his eyes a little bit different from the home plate umpire, Will Bennett's, and Spencer is out number 1. That will bring Chaz Myers to the plate. Myers saw a 17-game on-base streak come to an end last night, as he was able to reach, but not in a way that would extend the streak. Reached on an error and a fielder's choice in last night's game. Neither of those qualify. Breaking ball misses down low. It's 1-0 for Myers. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses outside, and it's 2-0. Pitch, and Myers hits a high fly ball behind home plate. That will go back and bounce on the grandstands. Almost hit a fan. Thankfully did not, at least on the initial hop, and some young fans chase after that one. Ended up coming down on the walking level in between the lower bowl and upper bowl here in the Yakima County Stadium. 2 balls and 1 strike for Chaz Myers. Jack Lee, the left-hander on the mound for Wenatchee, popped up again, and that one will go out of play again. The count is even. Lee, a sophomore. He's made 4 West Coast League appearances, 3 of them starts for the Applesox. 1-2 record with an 8.10 ERA. In just under 17 innings of work, he has 18 strikeouts, but 12 walks. Command has been a bit of an issue for him. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And Myers laces one just past Kyle Crustangel in foul territory. Jack Lee's last start came on August 6th against Cowlitz, where he earned a win with 5 innings on the mound. He gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned, but the Applesox went on to win 19-9. So he walks away with a win in that one as he misses low and away to Chaz Myers, and it's a full count. Lee comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. up high, and he gets Chaz Myers swinging. So Spencer Marenko strikes out looking, and Chaz Myers strikes out swinging. Here's Sam Olson. Sam Olson, in addition to having one of the higher batting averages on the team at .263, he also leads the team in on-base percentage, getting on base just over 40% of the time, .416 average. Curveball misses outside, and it's 1-0 for Olson. Catching tonight after Carpentier came out of last night's game when he was hit by a ball in the dirt. Blake Dickman came on to relieve him behind the plate. Sam Olson gets the start tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses down low, and it's 2-0. Olson got hit on the foot in the top half of this inning and was favoring the foot a little bit. We'll see if that factors in at all to his performance in today's game. Always unfortunate when it happens right at the beginning. The 2-0, and he lines one down the left field line. That will bounce a few feet fair and into the corner. Olson rounds first. He's on his way to second. Relay throw gets cut off, and Sam Olson with a hard slide into second. Made contact with Jackson Vanderbrake, but sliding in safely for a double is Sam Olson. He's on second with 2 outs. That was an awkward-looking slide from Sam Olson. We'll take another look at that play as Sam Olson ropes one down the left field line. Ends up trying for 2. It was a tight turn for him on his way to second. They cut off the relay throw. It goes to second, and just an awkward slide from him, almost like he was trying to slide past the bag, and ended up bumping Jackson Vanderbrake. Michael Carpentier Jr. bats. Good to see him right back on the horse after he came out of last night's game. Swings and misses at the first pitch that was outside. Lefty on lefty matchup. We'll see who will get the advantage in this at-bat. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, and that one misses up high. It's 1-1. Carpentier, a left-hander, as the cleanup hitter tonight, and Alex Fernandez and Corey Jarrell bat 8th and 9th in the lineup tonight. They're also left-handed hitters. Here's the 1-1 to Carpentier. And Carpentier rips one, but will it stay fair? And no, it does not. That one was a close one. Said it plenty of times about how tough it is with the corners of these outfield fences curling back in towards the field of play. It makes it very shallow out at the poles. It's just 293 feet to each of the foul poles. So when you get a high ball hit down the line, it's hard to tell whether it crossed before or after the foul pole. Here's the 1-2. And another high fly ball. This one further foul, though, and also higher. That one will drop out of play, and it's still 1-2. The first one was more of a line drive, hit very well down the line. Just hooked it a little bit. And he's out in front of these breaking balls by Jack Lee, the left-hander. Here's the 1-2. They go to another one, and it's another fly ball. This one playable. Third base side, and the third baseman, Stacy, is underneath it. Snow cones it, but he does make the catch, and Carpentier flies out for out number 3. Unfortunate after those 2 hard-hit baseballs, but we go to the top of the second. Wenatchee leading 4-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Top of the second inning, and the ninth batter in the lineup for Wenatchee will lead things off, Garrett Cutting, followed by the top of the order, Michael O'Hara and Enzo Apodaca. The first 5 batters of this game all singled off of Peyton Childers. Not necessarily well-hit baseballs. There were a couple of barrels that just dropped into the outfield, but it's not like Childers is necessarily getting shelled. I mean, just a few hits that happen to all come back to back to back. 4 runs against him in the first inning, and we'll see if he has fully settled in here and how he reacts and comes back for the second inning. Cutting last night went 2 for 4. He had a single and a triple, 2-run triple in the fourth inning. That ended up scoring the 2 runs that Wenatchee needed in order to hold off the Pippins as they won 5-4. He drove in the 4th and 5th runs. It's fan appreciation night here at the ballpark. Scott T. Pippen bobbleheads going out to the first 1,000 fans. Line drive by Garrett Cutting, just hooked it foul down the line, and that is strike 1 for Garrett Cutting. Fireworks will be coming after the game. Tonight's Fan Appreciation Night presented by the Valley Mall. And a special recognition for a birthday I've been made aware of here today. Murphy watching at home. Young fan, always watches every night. Strike 2 delivered to Garrett Cutting. No balls and 2 strikes. Childers finds himself ahead of another batter. This time to start the second inning. The 0-2 pitch. And he gets a piece of that one to foul it off. Olsen doesn't think that it hit anything else. He thought it had just hit home plate and bounced fair, but Cutting is walking it off as though it hit his foot. I didn't think it hit his foot. I thought it hit something else, but whatever you got to do. No balls and 2 strikes still for Cutting, who will be a freshman at the University of Oregon. Sam Olsen behind the plate will be his teammate in the fall. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And lined out of play by Cutting. It's still 0-2. Another foul ball off the foot of Garrett Cutting, and it looks like his foot is taking a beating in this at-bat. He doesn't wear any sort of shield down on his instep. So the 0-2 again from Childers. Outside corner they try for, and that misses just outside. So it's 1-2. Pippins thought Childers had hit the corner on that one. Will Bennett was behind the plate on Tuesday night, behind the plate tonight with Tim Heigl out on the bases. Timeout called by Garrett Cutting. Back on Tuesday night, as tends to be the case with Will Bennett behind the plate. Pippins wanted some calls on the outside corner that didn't quite go their way. Here's the 1-2. And that one misses up high that time, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. There were 5 straight strikes to start the at-bat. 3 foul balls by Cutting. And now 2 straight balls thrown by Peyton Childers. Trying not to lose him. Here's the 2-2. That one misses inside. Did he go around? Yes, he did, says Tim Heigl. And Garrett Cutting strikes out swinging. That's the first strikeout for Peyton Childers. And we go to the top of the lineup for Michael O'Hara. That was, I don't know. First pitch to O'Hara. He takes a called strike. Going back to check my notes real quick, and a couple of nights ago, Austin Plante was rung up on a check swing with Tim Heigl out on the bases. Ball taken by Michael O'Hara. The 1-1 out of the windup is Childers. Misses up high, and it's 2-1. And I mentioned that one in particular because the one for Austin Plante, the Pippins and Plante especially, really did not think he had gone around and didn't look from up here like the bat had gotten very far out into the swing. Another foul ball by O'Hara, and it's 2-2. But left-handed hitting Austin Plante, so the best view to determine a swing would have been a third base umpire. But here in the West Coast League, the game's officiated by just 2 umpires. And so Tim Heigl down at first base ended up ringing him up on a swing. As O'Hara swings and misses that one, that gets dropped. O'Hara took off immediately. Olsen tried to say he caught it. And Bennett sided with O'Hara. Olsen still got the throw down. Ball was low and inside. Generally, those are just kind of given to the catcher if he comes right back up with the ball. But O'Hara took off running, and Bennett just assumed that the ball had hit the dirt. Ball taken low and away. Pops out of the glove of Sam Olsen. Enzo Apodaca with a 1-0 count. O'Hara, Apodaca, Colin Villegas, Tino Bethencourt, and A.J. Guerrero all singled to start this game. 2 strikeouts here in the second inning for Childers. Let's see if he can get Apodaca as well. Ball misses outside, and it's 2-0. Apodaca, left-handed hitter. We'll go back to Gonzaga as a redshirt freshman in the fall. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And drops a breaking ball in for strike 1. Alex Shanks getting the start out in left field tonight. He'll go back as a sophomore to Gonzaga as well. Here's the 2-1. That one misses up high. It's 3-1, as well as Owen Wild, who pitched last night, pitched the 9th inning last night for the Pippins. Trio of teammates. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and he's walked Enzo Apodaca. So the first 2 strikeouts of the game for Peyton Childers, and now his first walk issued to Enzo Apodaca. Here's Colin Villegas. Runner on first base and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning as Peyton Childers tries to get through an inning without allowing a run. Throws over to first that time, and back in safely goes Enzo Apodaca. Childers set. Here's the first pitch to Villegas. That one's taken at the knees for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Villegas will go in the fall to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. He'll be a junior there in the fall. The 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes for the catcher Villegas. Bat kept him in the lineup all 3 days. Most teams, and obviously the Pippins are an exception as well. Whoever catches one day generally is out of the lineup. They'll just have 1 catcher per day, 2 to 3 guys that'll rotate through. Ball taken down low by Villegas, and it's 1-2. Pippins obviously have 2 very good bats in Sam Olsen and Blake Dickman. Both of them getting the start tonight. Olsen behind the plate, Dickman out in right field. And Carpentier, who's really been heating up at the plate, he's the DH tonight as well. Line drive into right field. Blake Dickman over to it, dives, and it's just past his glove. That ball will go to the wall. Around to score from first comes Enzo Apodaca. The throw gets cut off at second base, and it's a RBI double for Colin Villegas. So that is the first extra base hit tonight for the Applesox, but they now lead 5-0. Well, down 4-0 with a runner on first base. That's about as good a time as any to try for a dive. Best case scenario, you make the catch and get out of the inning. Worst case scenario, well, they score a run and it's 5-0. Tino Bethencourt takes one in the dirt. It's 1-0 for him. Blake Dickman just couldn't quite catch up to that one. Eyes a little bit wider than the mouth. Thought he had a good grasp on that one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And grounder the other way to the second baseman, Fernandez. Picks it up off the dirt and throws over to first. That is out number 3. Not before the Applesox add a run on the RBI double by Colin Villegas. We go into the bottom of the second. Applesox leading 5-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The common certainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting.
Come on, welcome to the Ice Dome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the bottom of the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Pippins. Sam Olsen had a 2-out double in the the bottom of the first inning, but wound up getting stranded on second base. No runs for the Pippins so far. They'll try to strike against Jack Lee here in the second, starting with Willie Lajoie. Willie wanted me to give a special shout out to his grandmother, who he says has been tuning into most of the games recently since finding out about the streams, and well, really appreciate that, especially here on Fan Appreciation Night. Player always, whenever a player asks for a shout out, I tend to comply with it. So Willie's grandmother, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting your grandson. He's very appreciative of that one. Strike taken at the knees by Willie Lajoie. Thought it was below the knees. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he's out in front of that changeup, and it's 0-2 for the first baseman, Lajoie. Lajoie started Tuesday's game. He had a double off the wall in right field. Here's the 0-2. Lines one into right field. That will drop, and it'll be a base hit. Just got enough of that one to take it the other way and drop it into shallow right for a leadoff single here in the second inning. As I was saying, Lajoie back in the first inning of Tuesday night's game doubled off the wall in right field and felt something in his ankle that he wasn't too comfortable with. Ended up going over to third base and talking to head coach Kyle Crustangel about it, and they decided, just out of an abundance of caution, to make sure he was fully healthy going into Saturday's playoff game. They pulled him from that game. He did not start last night, but he gets the go-ahead here tonight. Blake Dickman bats and takes the ball down low. It's 1-0. Dickman was Tuesday night's Cascade Natural Gas High Efficiency Player of the Game. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and he hits a fly ball in the infield. Right side of the infield, Jackson Vanderbrake underneath it and makes the catch for out number 1. Well, it's been a lot of shallow fly balls off the bats of the Pippins. And Alex Shanks steps to the plate, sporting that new bat I talked about last night. He's actually got 2 of them. They are both different types of bats. This one a Marucci, baby blue color. Takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Alex Shanks. That one up high, and it's 1-1. Shanks out of Gonzaga, playing left field tonight, hitting .227 on the season. Third on the team in home runs with 3 of them. Takes a strike on the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Willie Lajoie, by the way, is second on the team with 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Shanks swings and misses on the off-speed pitch. Bends his knee on that one. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, and Alex Fernandez to bat. Fernandez, as well as Bryce Martin Grudzelanek, who was last night's Cascade Natural Gas High Efficiency Player of the Game. Both will be true freshmen at UCLA in the fall. They joined Brock Melenda, who rejoined the team for this series, or actually in Port Angeles, as true freshmen, as well as a pair of pitchers that the Pippins have picked up today. Strike delivered to Alex Fernandez. He squared around to bunt, but pulled it back and ends up getting called a strike anyways. Third baseman Ethan Stacy came crashing in on the play. Luke Stuka back at first, holding on Willie Lajoie, who led off this inning with a single to right. 2 outs, the 0-1 pitch, and Fernandez takes a breaking ball that bites the outside corner on its way out. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Alex Fernandez, and he lines one just over the head of Jack Lee. That is a base hit for the Pippins. 2 hits in the inning. And they have runners on first and second with 2 outs for Corey Jarrell. Jarrell played on Tuesday night. He had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning of Tuesday night's game. He also had an RBI single in the 5th inning. Stole a base. It was 2 for 4. He's been putting things together at the plate, but here against the left-hander Jack Lee, we'll see what he's able to put together. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. No runners can go anywhere. Willie Lajoie, the lead runner, probably won't take off for third unless the ball at least leaves the dirt behind Colin Villegas. Alex Fernandez, plenty of speed behind Lajoie. He will follow Lajoie's lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Gerald tried to check his swing but made contact with the ball, fouling it off. It's 1-1. Jack Lee comes set. The 1-1 pitch. And Gerald fouls that one off intentionally. Well, he meant to swing at least. Didn't mean to foul it off. Kenny Johnson, ball boy duties here again tonight. His favorite activity outside of actually pitching in games. Unlikely to see him on the mound tonight. One of the arms Pippins will want to keep fresh for Saturday. Here's the 1-2 pitch for Gerald. Takes up high for a ball. Fernandez was off the bag, and he would have been caught, but it goes off the glove of the first baseman, Luke Stuka, and into right field. Oh, deep sigh of relief for Alex Fernandez, who was taking his secondary way too far off the first base bag. Well, not necessarily a problem, except that the Applesox had a play on for Stuka to come in behind Fernandez. And, well, whether it was Fernandez not realizing or first base coach Cash Ulrich, obviously don't know whether he was calling it out to Fernandez or not, but Fernandez got back in late and definitely would have been out if Stuka makes the catch. Instead, the ball goes out into right field, and each of the runners move up. Runners on second and third, a 2-2 count for Corey Jarrell. Jack Lee out of the stretch. And strike taken on the outside corner. That is strike 3. So Corey Jarrell strikes out looking. That is strikeout number 4 for Jack Lee in this game, and we go into the third. Still no runs for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You tune into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
New pitcher for the Yakima Valley Pippins, and it looks like it will be one of the newcomers to the team. Looks like Rustin Edmiston taking over on the mound for the Pippins. Edmiston, who will be a freshman at Yakima Valley College in the fall. He's from Hermiston, Oregon. 5'10", 178 pounds, right-hander. Wrapped up his high school season and has been playing various summer ball opportunities. Got the call from his future college coach, Kyle Crustangel, for a spot relief appearance here to wrap up the regular season for the Pippins, as they wanted Peyton Childers to get some work in, throw some pitches on the game mound for the Pippins before the playoffs, get an opportunity to see what he does. In 2 innings, Peyton Childers allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2, and Rustin Edmiston will take over against batters 5, 6, and 7 against the Wenatchee Applesox. That will be A.J. Guerrero, Jackson Vanderbrake, and Luke Stuka. Tonight's third inning is brought to you by Yakima Pediatric Dentistry. Located at 3909 Creekside Loop in Yakima, Yakima Pediatric Dentistry offers specialized care for infants, kids, and teens in a safe, fun environment for children as they begin their lifetime journey to maintaining a healthy smile. Pippins have put together a few different hits, 2-out double by Sam Olson in the first inning and 2 singles in the second, putting runners on first and second. They moved to second and third on a throwing error as it went down for the catcher, although it went off the glove of the first baseman, Luke Stuka. But 3 runners on and 3 runners stranded for the Pippins in this game. We go into the third inning, and Wenatchee has a 5-0 lead. A.J. Guerrero was the last of 5 straight batters to single against Peyton Childers. He brought in a run with his single. Here's the first pitch from Rustin Edmiston. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. Good start for the young pitcher. The 0-1 pitch, and, well, he hits A.J. Guerrero in the back. Mentioned it's a sneaky warm day here in Yakima. It was 89 degrees at first pitch. It's 85 right now. But there is a thick layer of smoke overhead here in Yakima due to the various wildfires going on in the region. An orange tint has pretty much covered the stadium and the sky above. Here's the first pitch to Jackson Vanderbrake, who takes low and away for ball one. So even though it's only 89, the clouds are or the smoky haze is keeping the humidity in, making it feel a lot warmer and producing a bit more sweat than would be warranted by 89-degree weather. Ball down low to Vanderbrake, and it's 2-0 now. Well, we'll take a look around the West Coast League. We're going to do it a few times tonight. There are some big games going on in the South Division. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he misses low and away. That one gets past Sam Olson, and on his way to second goes A.J. Guerrero. Portland, of the three teams that are left in the chase for the second playoff berth in the South Division, Cowlitz lost last night. They are officially eliminated from playoff contention. So that leaves Portland, Ridgefield, and Bend, who still have a shot. Portland has a one-game lead on the Raptors and the Elks. So if Portland wins tonight, they automatically guarantee themselves a berth in the playoffs against Corvallis. Ball taken up high by Jackson Vanderbrake, and he walks on 4 straight pitches. Well, Rustin Edmiston threw a strike to start the at-bat against A.J. Guerrero, but then hit him with a pitch and walked Jackson Vanderbrake on 4 straight balls. So here's Luke Stuka with runners on first and second and no outs in the top of the 3rd inning, and the first pitch just misses high and outside. It's 1-0. So Portland, if they can win tonight, can punch their own ticket to the playoffs, but they're currently trailing 4-1 in Port Angeles in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stuka rips a ground ball down the first base line, just goes foul in front of the bag. Last night, Portland and Port Angeles went 15 innings before Portland finally won 5-3. So both teams laboring a little bit in Game 3, but Portland currently losing 4-1. Foul ball off the end of the bat of Luke Stuka, and it is 1-2 now. Bellingham, who's also punched their ticket to the playoffs, they will play the Pippins and, in fact, host the Pippins on Saturday before both teams come back to Yakima on Sunday and possibly Monday if needed. Bellingham is playing Cowlitz. As I said, Bellingham played spoiler last night, defeating Cowlitz and eliminating them from playoff contention. That game is tied at 1 in the top of the 6th inning in Cowlitz. Ball taken below the knees by Luke Stuka. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cowlitz and Bellingham went extra innings, I believe, on Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, they went 11 innings on Tuesday and 10 innings on Wednesday. Luke Stuka lines one at Alex Fernandez, makes the catch, throws to shortstop Spencer Marenko, goes off of his glove and into left field. The runners will each get to move up a base. Oh, they had a possible double play. Not sure whether they would have had it regardless, but it gets thrown off the top of the glove of Spencer Marenko, and each of the runners end up moving up on the line out by Luke Stuka. That is out number 1. And to the plate will go Ethan Stacy, who flew out to center field to finally end the first inning. Swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Trying to ambush the young pitcher Edmiston. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, starts outside, breaks over the plate, backdoor style, and it's in there for a strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch popped up. Left field side, foul territory near the bullpen. To the fence line goes Chaz Myers. He wasn't able to catch up to it, and it drops foul. Runners on second and third, and now the infield comes in with no balls and 2 strikes against Ethan Stacy. Pippins down 5-0, and timeout called, I believe, by Sam Olson behind the plate. Edmiston gets the signs in from Olson with the runner on second, and now comes set. The 0-2 pitch, and he misses outside with the fastball. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes with 1 out, the pitch. And he fouls one off to keep himself in the count. 1-2 still. Ridgefield out in front of Walla Walla tonight in Walla Walla. 2-0 in the top of the 5th inning. Ridgefield actually lost last night. Really a series that they had a good chance of sweeping the Sweets to buy their way into the playoffs, but lost last night, find themselves in a must-win situation, as well as the Bend Elks, who are playing Corvallis tonight. They're in the top of the 3rd inning with no score. Bend and Ridgefield need to win, or else their seasons are over. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's grounded back up the middle. Infield was playing in, so it gets through and dribbles into center field. That will easily score the runner from second. And it's a 2-run base hit for Ethan Stacy. That will bring Garrett Cutting to the plate. Cutting struck out to start the top of the 2nd inning against Peyton Childers. It was the first strikeout for Childers, who would go on to strike out Michael O'Hara as well to start that inning, as his only 2 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. Here's the first pitch to Cutting in the 3rd inning. Fly ball, center field. Corey Jarrell was waiting back. Now he realizes it's shallower, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Runner still on first base. And we go to the top of the order from Michael O'Hara. As I said, the smoke filling the skies here in Yakima. Thick and gray. I was out during batting practice talking to some of the outfielders. And well, outside of the air quality impact that the smoke may have on some of these players, it also, some of the balls that go up in the air are kind of tough to find against the gray backdrop of the smoke. 1 ball and no strikes, and a fly ball in the infield. Alex Fernandez calling for it, and he makes the catch a few steps in front of where he was playing. So 2 runs for the Wenatchee Applesox here in the 3rd inning, and now they lead 7-0 as we go into the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the lineup for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Welcome back for the bottom of the third inning, and Spencer Marenko to lead things off for the Pippins, who have not scored a run thus far. 3 hits, 3 runners stranded. No walks for them. They've struck out 4 times against Jack Lee, the left-handed starting pitcher on the mound for the Wenatchee Applesox. Jack Lee did start one of the games against the Pippins back on July 23rd, the first game of the series in Wenatchee. And in that game, Spencer Marenko hit first, Chaz Myers hit second, and Sam Olson hit third, the same as tonight. In fact, a number of batters in the lineup on July 23rd against Jack Lee are also in the lineup here tonight, although not necessarily in the same order. 1-0 pitch to Spencer. He takes inside for a ball, and it's 2-0. It was on July 23rd, it was Spencer Marenko, Chaz Myers, Sam Olson, and then the cleanup hitter was Noah Williamson before he ended up signing with the Miami Marlins and leaving the team a few weeks later. 2 balls and 1 strike after a strike taken by Spencer. In that game, by the way, Chaz Myers had a solo home run against Jack Lee in the first inning. Spencer Marenko would go on to hit 2 home runs in the game. Strike taken in, it's 2-2. One of the home runs were against Jack Lee. The other one was against Martin Haswell, who came in relief. 2-2 pitch, takes down low, and it's a full count. It was the first and, to this point, only 2 home runs of the season for Spencer Marenko. They both came in the same game. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, he gets a piece of it and fouls it off. Count's still full. Before today's game, as part of the Fan Appreciation Day festivities, players presented their Players Weekend jerseys to their host families that they stayed with. Spencer and Mason stayed with the same host family this summer. Here's the payoff pitch again, and he fouls another one off. So that lucky family is going home tonight with a Mason and Mason's brother Players Weekend jerseys. All the players signed them. And a special presentation, as I said before the game, presented to them, and got to take pictures together on the field. Some of the host families, their first times on the field at Yakima County Stadium. Another foul ball, this time off the foot of Spencer Marenko, and the count still full. Try again on the 3-2. Jack Lee, big leg kick, and swung on and missed by Spencer Marenko. That is out number 1. Strikeout number 5 for Jack Lee as he gets going here in the third inning. He's allowed 3 hits, no runs, no walks. And he hasn't hit a batter either. Much different look from him than we saw back on July 23rd. After that solo home run by Chaz Myers, Lee almost fell apart in the first inning back on July 23rd as Myers swings and misses. Lee would go on to load the bases with a walk, hit by pitcher, and another walk, and then force home 2 runs on a walk and a hit by pitch. Also, another run had scored on an error in that inning. And a strike delivered to Chaz Myers. It's 0-2. After that, Lee settled in a bit. He did allow the home run to Spencer Marenko and then wouldn't allow a run until the 4th inning. Here tonight, he's been much more effective against the Pippins. The 0-2 pitch misses up high, and it's 1-2. Sam Olson on deck. He had a 2-out double in the first inning. And although the Pippins would like to see him hit another double, they'd like there not to be 2 outs. Chaz Myers takes the ball low and inside. 2-2 for him with 1 out and nobody on here in the 3rd inning. Defensively for the Applesox, A.J. Guerrero is in left field. Michael O'Hara in center and Enzo Apodaca in right. Here's the 2-2 to Chaz. Pops one up behind home plate. That will go out of play. Ethan Stacy is the 3rd baseman with Garrett Cutting out at shortstop. Jackson Vandebreak another start at second base, and Luke Stuka is at first base, as he often does, playing well off the bag towards second, just a few steps behind the baseline. Here's the 2-2. And that one catches the inside corner. Strike 3 looking. Well, strikeout number 6, and half of them have been looking. I'd have to go back and look at the tape, but I think the 3 looking strikeouts were probably inside corner calls, as at least from what it looks like the Pippins are thinking. Will Bennett is favoring the inside corner here tonight. So Sam Olson will bat again with 2 outs and nobody on. The first pitch and a chopper first base side. Garrett Cutting fields it near the grass. Strong and accurate throw to first. And 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. We go into the 4th. Pippins trailing 7-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Top of the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Wenatchee Applesox to face Ruston Edmiston. Edmiston allowed 2 runs on 1 hit in the last inning. Walked a batter, hit a batter. No strikeouts. Allowed a 2-run single to Ethan Stacy. Pippins got an 0-2 count on Stacy and then brought the infield in, and Stacy was able to just roll one up the middle past the drawn-in infield. Here's Enzo Apodaca to lead things off in the 4th inning. He takes a backdoor slider for a strike, and it's 0-1. Which, by the way, another special birthday here today that I failed to mention earlier. I recognize special birthday today. Special fan at home, Stacy, watching tonight's game. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for spending it watching Pippins baseball. Bouncer out to Alex Fernandez at second. Has to reach up to grab it. Throws to first. And just not in time, Enzo Apodaca beats it out down to first base for an infield single. Well, Fernandez had no choice but to wait back on that hop and ended up bouncing up on him. Reached up to grab it. Threw over to first and just didn't have the arm strength to get it there in time. With Fernandez, the tool is definitely speed for him. Can hit for contact as well. Arm is not what sets him apart. That ball skips off the glove of Sam Olson and over towards the Wenatchee dugout. And the runner, Apodaca, moves up to second. Olson having a tough night behind the plate with the young pitchers on the mound. The 1-0 pitch, and that one misses low and away. Thankfully stays in the glove this time. Two balls and no strikes for Colin Villegas, who takes low and away, and now it's 3-0. Villegas has 2 for 2 tonight, single and an RBI double in the second. He also scored a run back in the first. Both of those hits came against Peyton Childers. Here's the 3-0, and he lifts one into left center field. Corey Gerald doesn't know where it is, but thankfully the shortstop, Spencer Marenko, was out on the grass to make the catch. I thought that one was hit a little further. Corey Gerald put his arms out. He had no idea where that baseball was. So on the 3-0 count, Colin Villegas is swinging, and it does not pay off for him. He flies out to the shortstop for out number 1. Apodaca still on second base. Tino Bethencourt to bat. He takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 1 for 2, single and a ground out, also both against Childers. A.J. Guerrero on deck was the first batter to face Rustin Edmiston. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. Bounces away from Sam Olson. Runner takes off for third. That one didn't go very far away. But Olson concedes the runner moving over to third base. So Apodaca goes to third, 1 out. Tino Bethencourt with a 2-1 count. And an RBI single in the first inning. Infield comes in again. Here's the 2-1. Big hack from Bethencourt. And it's 2-2. Bethencourt puts his bat up in the air and takes a deep breath. Now steps in. He's ready to go against Edmiston. Out of the stretch. Here's the 2-2. Another big hack, and that time foul tip, strike 3. That is the first strikeout for Rustin Edmiston. Here in his second inning of work, he's got 2 outs with a runner on third base. A.J. Guerrero at the plate. Edmiston threw Guerrero a strike to start the at-bat, then hit him on the back, and then threw 4 straight balls to Jackson Vandenbrake. That was how he started his day in the third inning. See how he comes back in the fourth. First pitch swinging, fouls one off. It's 0-1. Strike taken, and now he's ahead of A.J. Guerrero. No balls in 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third base, and the pitch. Grounded the other way, past the glove of Edmiston. Fernandez on the run, throws the first in time. And for the first inning of this game, the Wenatchee Applesox are not able to score. Rustin Edmiston keeps them off the scoreboard in the 4th inning. They'll take a 7-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back. You're tuning into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Michael Carpentier Jr. to lead things off. Cleanup hitter tonight. 4, 5, and 6. So it will be Carpentier, Willie Lajoie, and Blake Dickman against the left-hander Jack Lee, still on the mound. 3 innings of work for him. 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. Carpentier, hard hit grounder. 1 hops the first baseman Stuka, but he gets his glove on it and steps on the first base bag for out number 1. Well, Carpentier has made some great contacts against Jack Lee. In his first at-bat, all the hard-hit baseballs went foul. Here, the hard-hit baseball is on the ground, and Stuka, almost exclusively with Carpentier at the plate, is actually guarding the first baseline. And now, if you look at the right side of your screen, you'll see how far off Luke Stuka plays. Willie Lajoie pops the first pitch up out of play on the first base side, 0-1. Lajoie had a leadoff single in the 2nd inning. Moved to second on a single by Alex Fernandez with 2 outs. And then after an errant back pick throw, they moved up to second and third, but ended up getting left there. Ball taken low and away, and it's 1-1 for the first baseman, Lajoie. Jack Lee out of the stretch with nobody on. The 1-1 pitch, and Lajoie pokes at another one. Taking it out of play, the other way. Especially when hitting against someone who throws with the opposite hand that you bat from. Anything on the outside half of the plate, you can easily take the other way, and Lajoie has had that approach so far. Breaking ball, he pulls down the third base side, foul. Near the Valley Mall paint on the third base side, foul territory in front of the Pippins dugout. Identical paint job on the grass out in front of the Wenatchee dugout. And a beautiful Pippins logo behind home plate here for Fan Appreciation Night. 1-2 taken in the dirt. Did he go? No, says Tim Heigl. And it is 2-2. Well, got a little fearful there. Tim Heigl. Quick trigger finger down at first base on check swing calls. Definitely not a guy that you want to put the decision in their hands. Timeout called, and Colin Villegas will head out for a quick chat with Jack Lee. Well, mentioned the smoke in the sky a few different times here tonight, and still a thick blanket. In fact, the lights almost look like they're shining down on a foggy night sky. If you've ever seen a street light on a cold morning with fog down low, you see the light sort of disperse in those clouds. That's what it looks like here with the smoke in the sky and the orangish red, almost blood red haze from the sunset over the Yakima sky. 2-2 pitch. They go to the backdoor breaking ball and called outside. It's a full count. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pippins have yet to score thus far. Willie Lajoie at the plate with a full count. Here's the payoff pitch, and he spikes one in the dirt. Lajoie walks. That is the first walk allowed by Jack Lee today. That will bring Blake Dickman to the plate. Blake flew out to the second baseman in his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. Pippin sent 4 batters to the plate in the first, and then 5 in the second, putting 1 run on in the first, 1 runner on in the second, or 2 runners on in the 2nd inning. But ultimately, no runs produced. They went up 3 down in the 3rd inning on 2 strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch to Blake Dickman, he takes below the knees, and that's ball 1. Alex Shanks on deck. One of the more attentive on deck batters. 1-0 pitch to Blake Dickman. He takes that one at the knees for a called strike. What I mean by that about Alex Shanks is he's spending all of his time in the on-deck circle almost as though he's in the batter's box, timing up the pitcher, getting comfortable with his hands on the bat. Timeout called, and he's still getting reps in. Put himself up against the backstop, keep himself aligned. As Colin Villegas is out for another talk with Jack Lee. Second one of the inning. Blake Dickman with a 1-1 count, 1 out, runner on first base. Here's the pitch. This is low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike for Blake Dickman now. Came into this game hitting .287. One of the better batting averages on the team. Takes one at the knees that time. Jack Lee has been working low against Blake Dickman, and every other pitch has gotten the call or not gotten the call. 2 balls and 2 strikes against Dickman. Actually leads the team in batting average, or led the team coming into this game with a .287 average. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he gets a piece of one, but grounds it to the shortstop, to second and then to first, and the Wenatchee Applesox turn the double play. So 1 out walk erased by the double play, and the Pippins still have not scored as we go into the 5th inning. Wenatchee with a 7-0 lead. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for the top of the 5th inning. And another new pitcher for the Pippins. It will be Gavin Matson, and also a new catcher as Brock Melinda enters this game. Needed one more game played in the regular season in order to be eligible for the playoffs, and comes in as a replacement for Sam Olson, who got to catch the first 4 innings against Peyton Childers and Rustin Edmiston, or 4 Childers and Edmiston. Edmiston was the first pitcher to keep Wenatchee off the scoreboard as he prevented a run in the 4th inning. He allowed a runner over to third, but did not allow him to score. So Childers goes 2 innings, 5 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Edmiston, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Andy hit a batter. And he gives way to Gavin Matson, who will also be a freshman at Yakima Valley College in the fall. Out of Kennewick, Washington. Also a right-handed pitcher. And he will face Jackson Vanderbrake to lead things off. And Melinda and Matson with an extended chat, and Crust Angel has come out to talk about the lineup sheet. There's a couple other changes I'm now noticing. Corey Jarrell has moved over to right field. Well, now I got to make sure I know where everyone is on the field. So Willie Lajoie still at first, Alex Fernandez at second. There's Chaz Myers is still at third base, and I believe Spencer Marenko is still the shortstop. Yeah, so the infield stays the same for the Pippins, but actually Brock Melinda not catching. It is Blake Dickman. So Melinda was likely just warming up Gavin Matson. Melinda will come into this game later, it appears, as he should come into this game at some point, but just not now. So it's actually Blake Dickman behind the plate. First pitch bounces outside to Vanderbrake out of the hand of Gavin Matson. The confusion arises because Blake Dickman was the last batter in the 4th inning, so he still had to get his gear on, and Brock Melinda has been bullpen catching for the Pippins today, giving Josh Davis the day off. Another ball outside, and it's 2-0. So Melinda went out to just warm up Gavin Matson. It turns out that Blake Dickman was, in fact, the new catcher. So Corey Jarrell moves over to right field. And see if I can figure out who the other infielders are. I want to say that Taylor Holder is in center field. And Shanks is probably still out in left. I'll get a better idea once those spots in the lineup come up. Here's the 3-1 pitch, misses outside, and it's a leadoff walk issued to Jackson Vanderbrake. The timeout called as Blake Dickman out for an early chat with Gavin Matson. Melinda, by the way, who had been warming up Gavin Matson. They'll be teammates in the fall. Melinda heading to be a freshman at Yakima Valley College. Along with Matson and Edmiston, who pitched a couple innings ago. The first pitch taken up high by Luke Stuka for ball 1. Sam Olson was hit on the foot by a pass ball earlier in this game, back in the 1st inning. I mentioned we'd have to see whether it came back to affect anything. And can't say definitively that that is why Blake Dickman is catching right now. I don't know the plans ahead of time as to whether they planned on splitting the game up between Olsen and Dickman, but it certainly didn't help Olsen's cause to stay in the game. Runner goes on the 1-1, high and tight. Dickman's going to hold on to the baseball. 2 balls and 1 strike for Luke Stuka as Jackson Vanderbrake takes second base. So 2-1, runner on second and no outs. Strike called on the outside corner, and the count is even 2-2 for the first baseman Stuka, who is 0 for 2 tonight with a flyout and a line out. 1 at bat against Peyton Childers, the starter. 1 at bat against Edmiston, who came in first pitcher out of the bullpen. The 2-2 pitch misses up high, and it is a full count for Luke Stuka. Jackson Vanderbrake started this inning with a 3-1 walk. And Matson has to settle in, hopefully sooner rather than later. Payoff pitch to Stuka. And a high fly ball into shallow right field. Corey Jarrell in, but called off, and making the catch is the center fielder. And it does look like Taylor Holder has taken over in center. So catch made by Taylor Holder. 1 out, runner on second base for Ethan Stacy. Here's the first pitch to Blake Dickman. He takes up high. And that's ball 1. Vanderbrake stole second base after leading off the inning with a walk. Stuka flew out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounder first base side. That goes foul past the first base coach. And it's 1-1. Stacy at the plate had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Wenatchee scored 4 runs in the top of the first, added 1 in the second, and 2 in the 3rd. On that hit by Ethan Stacy. Here's the 1-1. Popped up. That'll go behind home plate, out of play, and it's 1-2. And Blake Dickman out. He will hand the baseball to Gavin Matson as they talk over some things. Not sure if they got crossed up there or have to change some things up. Runner on second base. Always a concern. Both Matson and Edmiston joined the team today. They were added today to pitch today just to help the Pippins get through the regular season. So they have not spent any extended time with the team. But an opportunity for the Yakima Valley College coaching staff, who's also the Yakima Valley Pippins coaching staff, to get an early look at some of their incoming freshman pitchers. Matson comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Bouncer, second base. Alex Fernandez will grab it and toss to first for out number 2. And over to third goes Jackson Vanderbrake. So for the second straight inning, the Applesox have a runner on third base with 2 outs, and we'll see whether for the second straight inning, Pippins can prevent them from scoring. Garrett Cutting to bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Led off the second inning with a strikeout and flew out in the 3rd for the second out. First pitch, that ball bounced up and got away from Blake Dickman, and easily scoring from third is Jackson Vanderbrake. So erase that thought of them preventing the run as he scores on the wild pitch. Ball 1 to Garrett Cutting. Now 8-0 the lead for the Applesox here in the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch from Matson. Fly ball into right. Corey Jarrell didn't have to move a whole lot underneath it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So third out, but not before the wild pitch allows Jackson Vanderbrink to score from third. The Wenatchee Applesox take an 8-0 lead. We go into the bottom of the fifth. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Pippins. We'll be right back. You're tuning into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support
Hello,
you
everyone.
and
Welcome
the
back.
activities.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Alex Shanks, Alex Fernandez, and then Corey Gerald to lead things off for the Pippins. Shanks struck out swinging back in the second inning. That was his only at-bat so far. As I've said a few times before on the broadcast, Alex Shanks, one of the guys that just quietly goes about his business. Not a very flashy baseball player. Doesn't draw a lot of attention, but under the cover of darkness is putting together a solid season with the Pippins. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. A 1-1 pitch to Shanks. He takes up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jack Lee still on the mound for the Wenatchee Applesox. 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts for him. Walked Willie Lajoie, his first walk of the day, back in the 4th inning with 1 out, and then got a double play ball to get out of that inning. The 2-1 pitch he delivers for a strike, and Alex Shanks will have to get the bat ready to swing. Shanks comes into this game with a .304 on base percentage, the 2-2 pitch, and he gets a piece of it, fouling it off back towards his own dugout. Pippins used yesterday to get 5 different pitchers some innings. Keep the arms fresh but not too tired going into the playoffs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Shanks, and he was late on that breaking ball. Tried to wait back and waited too long. Strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Jack Lee, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's Alex Fernandez. Fernandez had a base hit in the second inning. It was the second hit of the inning. And last hit so far for the Pippins. Putting runners on first and second. Takes a called strike. He was the trailing runner on first base. And as such was taking quite a large lead with 2 outs. And Colin Villegas threw down to first. They had Fernandez hung out to dry, but the ball skipped off the glove of Luke Stuka and into right field, allowing the runners to advance a base instead. Front door breaking ball, called a strike, and it's 0-2 quickly for Alex Fernandez. Jack Lee comes set. Here's the 0-2. Another breaking ball. Tried to drop one in that time. It doesn't come down. 1-2. Well, this game taking a little longer than the others around the West Coast League, which is good news for those who want to know how the South will end up before we get off the air tonight, at least barring any more extra innings games. 2 games went beyond 9 innings last night in that race. Alex Fernandez takes a ball low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes for him. Wenatchee leading 8-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out and nobody on base. Corey Guerrero on deck. Here's the 2-2 to Alex Fernandez. Takes outside corner, strike 3, and that one was a slider. It looked like it might have left the zone, but close enough, and Will Bennett rings him up. That is the 8th strikeout of the night for Jack Lee in just his 5th inning of work. That will bring Corey Guerrero to the plate. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Bats with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 5th. Lefty on lefty matchup. The first pitch, Gerald grounds to the first baseman Stuka. Skips off his hip, but grabbed on the bare hand by the second baseman Vandebrake. Tried to save it by throwing to first, but Stuka was in the way, and Jack Lee was not able to catch the throw. So Gerald will reach on, I imagine it'll go down as an error on the first baseman. That definitely should have been stopped by him. Take another look at that one from Corey Guerrero. Just kind of pulls a bouncer down the first base line, almost a routine play, but ends up skipping off the hip of Luke Stuka. And Jackson Vanderbrake almost comes up with the big save, barehands it and throws back to first, but Stuka blocking the play and covering Jack Lee, unable to make the catch. So that brings the top of the lineup, Spencer Marenko, to the plate. He takes the first pitch ball. 1-0 for him. Goes down as an error for Gerald to reach. Right now the error has not been assigned to anyone. 1-0 pitch, misses up high, and it's 2-0. Kind of knew that would go down as an error. I think it would go, I would give it to the first baseman, as if he fields that ball, he easily steps on first for the out. And the throwing error or catching error would have never happened on the play. So Gerald on first base with 2 outs. Left-hander on the mound, so Gerald with not a large lead. The 2-0 pitch takes inside at the knees for a called strike, and it's 2-1. Spencer Marenko 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out looking to start the bottom of the first inning. Struck out swinging on 9 pitches in the 3rd inning. Had a full count in each at-bat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Spencer swings and misses at that one. The count is even, 2-2. Gerald reached on the error to at least prevent the Pippins from going down 1-2-3 for the 3rd inning in a row. Jack Lee steps off, fakes a throw over to first base. Left-handers have 2 unique pick-off motions that they have the ability to employ. One is lifting up their leg as if they're starting their delivery and then stepping towards first. The other is stepping off and immediately throwing to first base. Right-handers have to turn all the way around in order to do that. The 2-2, and Spencer hits a grounder up the middle. The shortstop will pick it up, flip it to the second baseman Vandebrake, and Corey Guerrero is put out on the force out at second base. So no runs for the Pippins. They do get a runner on an error by first baseman Luke Stuka. We go into the 6th inning, Wenatchee leading 7-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flyykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Top of the 6th inning, and it's the top of the lineup for the Wenatchee Applesox. Gavin Matson will head out for a second inning of work. In his first inning, he walked one. Jackson Vanderbrake, who stole second base, moved to third on a ground out and scored on a wild pitch before Matson was able to get out of the inning. Wenatchee leads 8-0 as we head into the 6th inning. Ball taken outside by O'Hara, and it's 1-0. Matson working out of the windup. The 1-0 pitch. Grounded. Second base side. Alex Fernandez on the short hop. Scoops it up and over to first. And that is a quick out number one for Gavin Matson. Exactly what he needed as he gets going here in the 6th. That will bring Enzo Apodaca to the plate. Apodaca 2 for 2 with a walk as well. He scored 2 runs as an RBI. He's taking advantage of pass balls today. Tonight's 6th inning, by the way, is brought to you by the Yakima Herald-Republic. For all game reports and news about the Pippins, read the Yakima Herald-Republic either in print or online. The Yakima Herald-Republic, they tell the Pippins stories. First pitch taken for a ball by Enzo Apodaca. Well, Wenatchee has gotten out to a big lead here, 8-0. They scored 4 runs in the first on 5 straight hits to start the game. Strike delivered to Apodaca, and it's 1-1. And they've boosted their lead with at least a run in every inning except the 4th when Rustin Edmiston was able to hold them off. 1-1, grounder through the right side of the infield past the running glove of Alex Fernandez and into right field. Corey Jarrell will pick it up and get it back in. So Apodaca with his 3rd single of the night gets on to first with 1 out. Here's Colin Villegas, who has a single and an RBI double. Flew out in his last at-bat to shallow left field. That was caught by the shortstop, Spencer Marenko. Villegas doing the catching tonight. For Wenatchee, this is their final game of the season, and Jack Lee is turning in a great performance in their final game of the season. Strike taken at the top of the zone by Colin Villegas. It's 0-1. Pippins brought in some new pitchers and to mixed success so far here tonight. Only one of them, the starter, Peyton Childers, will be eligible for the playoffs that start on Saturday. Breaking ball, misses up high. It's 1-1. The Pippins will visit Bellingham on Saturday night, 6:35 p.m. in the West Coast League North Divisional Best of 3 series. The winner of that series will face the winner of Corvallis and whoever Corvallis plays in the South round for the West Coast League Championship here in 2021. Swing and a miss from Villegas, and it's 1-2. So the Pippins visit Bellingham on Saturday. They come back home Sunday night, August 15th, for Game 2 here at Yakima County Stadium. That game will start at 7:05 p.m. The 1-2 bounces outside. Dickman keeps it out in front of him, and it's 2-2. There will be fireworks after Sunday night's game, and tickets are still available at pippinstickets.com. If necessary, the Pippins and Bells would play Monday night here in Yakima if needed to settle the 3-game series. The 2-2 pitch, and it's a chopper back just over the mound. Spencer Marenko barehands it, throws, and it gets away from Lajoie at first base. Over to third goes Apodaca. And Villegas is on in what might have been an infield base hit. Spencer just did not throw that one close to first base. And that's unfortunate for the Pippins. already down 8-0, and a base hit turns into runners on the corners. It does go down as an infield single for Colin Villegas. Here's Tino Bethencourt. First pitch swinging. Big hack from him. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. A couple of big swings for him helped strike him out back in the 4th inning, as the Pippins have just been able to keep the bat away from the baseball here today. Runners on the corners with 1 out. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt, and Bethencourt lays off. It's 1-1. Bethencourt had one of those 5 singles in the 1st inning. Then a ground out and a strikeout. Now finds himself with a 1-1 count, 1 out. Runners on the corners, trying to add to an 8-0 lead. The pitch. And that one takes down low. The runner from first will go to second after it bounces off the hip of Blake Dickman. But Apodaca on third base, he does not take off because the ball went down the third base line. So Dickman would have been really helping himself by going to grab that baseball with the potential to just apply the tag right up the line. So runners on second and third now with a 2-1 count for Bethencourt. Softly lines one into shallow center. Spencer Marenko makes a diving catch. And Apodaca, who could have tagged on that play, thought the ball would drop, so he was a few steps off the bag, and instead of being able to tag, he had to go back to third base. That was a great play by Spencer Marenko that helps prevent a run so far and prevents another cheap base hit for the Wenatchee Applesox. A number of baseballs have just dropped in over the last couple of days. That brings A.J. Guerrero to the plate. He is 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and came around to score. Bats from the right side. Runners still on second and third with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Gavin Matson working out of the stretch. The first pitch, and Guerrero loads up and swings a high fly ball into right center. Taylor Holder underneath it, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So that brings us to the end of the 6th, and just for the second time today, the Wenatchee Applesox have been kept off the scoreboard for a half inning. Gavin Matson does it here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, Wenatchee leading 8-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
Checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
Calm and certainty.
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be on, Cloud!
Oh! Wait! Ah!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Chaz Myers leading things off for the Pippins. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Myers, Sam Olson, and Michael Carpentier Jr. Myers lays down a bunt to start the inning, but he bunts it foul. Ethan Stacy, the third baseman, and Luke Stuka, the first baseman, did not even flinch when Chaz Myers squared around. That was going to be a base hit. All he had to do was put it fair, and instead it's a foul ball, 0-1. Ball taken down low. 1 ball and 1 strike for Chaz Myers. 2 strikeouts in this game. 1 swinging, 1 looking. He has followed the direction of Spencer Marenko in his first 2 at-bats. Here leads things off in the 6th inning. High fly ball into left. A.J. Guerrero to the line and finds himself underneath it to make the catch for a long out, number 1. That will bring Sam Olson to the plate. He had a 2-out double in the bottom of the 1st inning. Ground out after that. He's 1 for 2. Actually, that was Sam Olson, but Taylor Holder batting in the spot. Taylor Holder, who's playing center field now for the Pippins, after coming in Sam Olson's spot. Blake Dickman, who started the game in right field, he moved to catch. And again, I can't say for certain whether this is the reason, but Sam Olson in the top of the 1st inning was hit on the foot by a ball that got past his glove. It lasted a couple more innings before he was replaced by Taylor Holder. Strike called. And it's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch. And he takes that one down low. It's 1-2. Taylor Holder came into this game back in the top of the 5th inning. And swung on and missed by Taylor Holder. That is strikeout number 9 for Jack Lee tonight. He has allowed 3 hits, 1 hit in the 1st inning, 2 in the 2nd inning. 9 strikeouts so far to 1 walk. And Michael Carpentier Jr. will try to break up the shutout here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pippins have been shut out in 3 games this season, once to Bellingham and twice to Cowlitz, the first 2 games of a series in Cowlitz. First pitch, front door breaking ball, he takes for a strike. Wasn't very happy about that call. Pippins were on the way to getting swept and possibly shut out a 3rd time, except for Willie Lajoie hit a 2-run home run in the 1st inning of the 3rd game back in Cowlitz. And the Pippins went on to win 2-1. Foul ball by Carpentier, and it's 0-2. So the last time they've been shut out was July 17th. Haven't been shut out since. But Jack Lee making a case here. 2 outs into the 6th inning. Certainly there's some guys down in the bullpen that are looking for their last appearance of the season, and they may not get it if Jack Lee keeps pitching like this. Ball misses up high. It's 1-2. Although Lee is at pitch number 93 now. They do have a right-hander down in the bullpen getting loose. This might be the last inning for Jack Lee. We'll see if they let him try for a 7th. Here's the 1-2 to Carpentier. Breaking ball, and Carpentier hits that one very high. Shallow right field on the grass goes Vandebrake, and he makes the catch. Another big swing and big contact from Carpentier, but he just hits that one too high, and he flies out for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Pippins here in the 6th, and they have not been able to get a hit against Jack Lee since back in the 2nd inning. We go into the 7th, Wenatchee leading 8-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the top of the 7th inning. And Brock Melinda now comes into this game. He had been announced earlier as the catcher, but he was just warming up Gavin Mattson. He had, as I said, he was serving as the bullpen catcher today. And took off the catcher's equipment, got warmed in the bullpen, and two-way player Brock Melinda, catcher and a pitcher. So he will get the relief appearance on the mound here in the top of the 7th inning. He'll face 6, 7, and 8, starting with Jackson Vanderbrake, followed by Luke Stuka and Ethan Stacy. Bringing Brock Melinda back on for the playoffs. The Pippins, when they brought him in before, he was to help spell about a week where they'd be short a couple of catchers. And they weren't sure at the time whether they would bring him back for the playoffs. They ultimately decided to, and really it's a twofold benefit for the Pippins. They get a guy who can hit and catch if needed, as well as someone, as you'll see in this inning, who can pitch and pitch quite well. Strike delivered. It's 0-1. Vanderbrake has walked twice today, grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Stolen base for him, 2 runs scored. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 quickly. Fourth pitcher of the night, Brock Melinda is. Peyton Childers pitched 2 innings. He allowed 5 runs over the first 2 innings on 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. 2 runs in 2 innings for Rustin Edmiston, first out of the bullpen. And then Gavin Mattson allowed 1 run in 2 innings on 2 hits with a walk. He did not strike out a batter. Brock Melinda is still out in front 0-2 on Vanderbrake after a foul ball. Bounces one in the dirt, taken for a ball, and now it's 1-2. Well, some of those games in the South Division coming to nearing a conclusion. Start in Cowlitz. Again, Cowlitz has already been eliminated from playoff contention, and Bellingham has already punched their ticket, but Bellingham currently leads 3-2 in the top of the 9th inning. Boy, the Pippins would not mind if Cowlitz is able to tie that game up in the bottom of the 9th and send them into extras for a 3rd night in a row. 2 balls and 2 strikes after a pitch misses up high. And timeout called at the plate by Vanderbrake. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch lined into right field, right center, into the gap, and Guerrero will chase that one all the way to the wall. On his way to second and now picking up speed, he will go all the way to third. The throw from Guerrero went to second base. It was a high arcing throw. And so Vanderbrake is on with a triple. That is his first triple of the season to lead things off here in the top of the 7th inning. First hit of the night for Jackson Vanderbrake. And that will bring Luke Stuka to the plate. Stuka is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 flyouts and a line out. Runner on third base and no outs. Portland is in Port Angeles again tonight. Port Angeles currently leads that game 7-2. Ooh. Stuka got a hold of that one, but pulled it foul. Left-hander watched it go all the way out of play into right field. No balls and 1 strike. Portland, as I said, had the opportunity to punch their own ticket to the playoffs. All they had to do was win tonight. 0-1 pitch, and Stuka lines one hard down the right field side, pulls it foul, but gets closer that time. It's 0-2. Instead, right now, Portland is trailing 7-2 in Port Angeles in the top of the 8th inning. Ridgefield, meanwhile, trying to take matters into their own hands. They're up 2-1 in the top of the 8th in Walla Walla. If they hold off the Sweets and Portland loses, I believe Ridgefield will take the playoff berth from what I've been seeing. Foul ball by Stuka, and it's 0-2 still. Bend also in the hunt. They're in Corvallis. They won last night to keep their playoff hopes alive, and right now are leading 4-1 in the top of the 6th. That will be the last game to end tonight, barring any games going into extra innings. Fly ball in the infield. Shortstop Spencer Marenko will make the catch. That's out number 1. So Ethan Stacy will bat with 1 out. Stacy is 1 for 3 tonight. Had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. It made it 7-0 at the time. First pitch, he takes a strike on an off-speed pitch as Brock Melinda tries to get through an inning without allowing a run. Gavin Matson and Rustin Edmiston, both in their 2nd innings of relief, kept Wenatchee off the scoreboard. Brock Melinda trying to do it in his first, but he's got a runner on 3rd base with 1 out. Misses outside, and it's 1-1 to Ethan Stacy. One pitch, called strike, and it's 1-2 for Ethan Stacy, who outside of his single had a fly out and a ground out today. The 1-2 pitch rips one right towards his own dugout. Thankfully, the railing out in front has some protection, and his teams don't get hurt. 1 ball and 2 strikes still for the left-handed hitting 3rd baseman, Ethan Stacy. Will go back to Lower Columbia College as a sophomore in the fall. Here's the 1-2 from Melinda, and he ropes a line drive into right field. That will bring home a run. It's a base hit for Ethan Stacy, RBI number 3 for him tonight. Pitch was up high and didn't try to give it a ride, just got the head of the bat on it and brought it into right field. So that will bring Garrett Cutting to the plate, who is 0 for 3 tonight with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. 2nd hit of the inning for the Applesox, and they've scored a run here in the 7th to make it 9-0. Swing and a miss by Garrett Cutting, and it is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, and the pitch misses low and away, and it's 1-1. Garrett Cutting worked a 8-pitch at-bat that ended up in a strikeout back in the 2nd inning, then flew out on the first pitch in the 3rd, and on the 2nd pitch back in the 5th. Already a 1-1 count here in the 7th inning. Pitch bounces and bounces off the mask of Blake Dickman to the backstop. He had trouble finding it, now knows where it is, and he'll go to grab it as Ethan Stacy moves over to 2nd on the wild pitch. So I just had to double check some things, but yeah, if the scores hold, if Ridgefield is able to win tonight against the Walla Walla Sweets and Portland loses, then there would be no scenario. Well, I guess there'd be a scenario in which Portland could win. It will depend on the Bend game. Man, that is what makes the South so interesting right now. Neither team has really stood themselves out except for Corvallis in the South. They're also close together over the course of the season. Some teams had a good first half. Some teams had a good second half. The 3-1 pitch is a fly ball into right field. Corey Guerrero will make the catch. No tag from second base, and that is out number 2. There are so many different combinations on if a certain team wins today or loses today. In a 3-team tie, so if Ridgefield holds on to their 2-1 win and Bend holds on to their 4-2 lead, and then Portland loses, Ridgefield would take the spot. Here's the first pitch to Michael O'Hara, who takes a called strike. Top of the lineup for the Wenatchee Applesox. O'Hara is 1 for 4. Single to start the game in the first, hasn't reached since. No balls in 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch from Melenda, breaking ball, and it's a fly ball in the infield. Spencer Marenko will make the catch, and that's out number 3. The Applesox do score a run, and they now lead 9-0. As we go into the bottom of the 7th, time to stretch in Yakima. 5, 6, and 7 due up. We'll be right back. You tune into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Chris Rosado Jr. Happy to have you along, as you have been, or as I have been, all season long. And the regular season wraps up tonight here against Wenatchee as Pippins and the Applesox play for the series win. The Applesox, with a win tonight, would even up the season series at 3 wins apiece. But the Pippins, regardless of the outcome tonight, unlike 3 different teams in the South Division, regardless of the outcome tonight, the Pippins know that they are playing on Saturday in Bellingham in the first round of the West Coast League playoffs. Willie Lajoie will lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He has reached in both of his plate appearances, base hit in the 2nd inning and a walk in the 4th. It will be Lajoie, Blake Dickman, and Alex Shanks. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Wenatchee Applesox. It is Jeffrey Heinrich. And Colin Villegas has to make sure they're on the same page signs-wise. Looks like they are, and we're about ready to get things going here in the 7th. Jack Lee struck out 9 batters over 6 innings to start the game. 3 hits and 1 walk against him. No runs. The Pippins trail 9-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Willie Lajoie will get things going against Heinrich. First pitch from the right-handed Heinrich. Catches the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Heinrich working out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Lajoie lets that one go as it catches the knees on its way down. No balls and 2 strikes. Heinrich, a right-hander out of Brentwood, California. He'll be a redshirt freshman at Santa Clara University. 8 relief appearances this season for the Applesox. This is the 9th. He has an ERA just under 9 in 10 1/3 innings of work with 10 strikeouts and 9 walks. See how that ratio shakes out here in this relief appearance. No balls and 2 strikes to Lajoie, and the pitch misses low and away, 1-2. Last outing came on August 8th against the Cowlitz Black Bears, game in which the Applesox lost 13-8. Heinrich threw 2 1/3 innings of relief, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 walk with no strikeouts. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses up high that time, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, and Lajoie hits one deep to center field. Michael O'Hara playing deep. He's underneath it and will make the catch for out number 1. Lajoie unfortunately hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark, and that is a line drive out. That'll bring Blake Dickman to the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. Fly out to the second baseman and grounded into a double play in the 4th inning. First pitch from Heinrich to Dickman. He takes that one for a called strike. Heinrich getting started early, getting ahead of these Pippins batters. Easy to do when you're up 9-0. Just throw some strikes and let them hit it if they can. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside on that one, and it's 1-1. One count, 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch to Dickman, and he holds back a swing, called a strike, and it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. And Dickman stabs at that one to stay alive. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alex Shanks on deck. As the Pippins try to get some offense going, they haven't had a hit since back in the 2nd inning. 3 total to 10 for the Applesox. 1 bounces low and away to Dickman.
Stay connected.
2-2. Pippins with no runs on 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors in this game. The Applesox have also committed 2 errors. Pippins just haven't been able to take advantage of them. 9 runs on actually officially 12 hits for the Applesox in this game. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Blake Dickman. And a chopper to the shortstop. Has to wait back on it. Long throw, but he gets it there in time. Garrett Cutting has shown some excellent arm strength from shortstop. Puts that one right on the money to retire Blake Dickman for out number 2. And here comes Alex Shanks, who's 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. So the Bellingham Bells have officially defeated the Cowlitz Black Bears. It only took 9 innings in the series finale and the regular season finale. Bellingham wins 3-2. Cowlitz, who had already been eliminated from playoff contention, are even further out of the race now. They will finish overall in the South Division in last place as Shanks lines one into right center. Tailing away from the center fielder, who's on the run but making the catch, is Michael O'Hara. So 3 up, 3 down again for the Pippins. This time in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we go to the 8th. Wenatchee leading 9-0. You tune into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Stay connected and let Perry Technical Institute provide you with essential skills to take your career to the next level. Perry Tech offers 14 specialized programs, from instrumentation and industrial automation to medical technologies, agricultural and diesel equipment technology, and professional truck driving. In as little as 5 weeks, you could be on your way to a new rewarding career. Call Perry Technical Institute today at 509-453-0374 or visit perrytech.edu.
What has not traveling this last year really cost us? How about our peace of mind? It's time for a change of pace. Time to put aside the stress of the last year and get a new perspective with Fly YKM. Take back the time you lost and save time for what really matters. It's time for Fly YKM. Fly faster. Fly safer. Visit flykm.com and connect to over 88 cities today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Top of the 8th inning and another new pitcher for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Case Matter will take over here in the 8th as Wenatchee Applesox lead 9-0. It has been all Applesox all the time. They've scored a run in every inning so far except for the 4th against Ruston Edmiston and the 6th against Gavin Matson, both of them in their second innings of relief. Brock Melinda went just 1 inning in the 7th. He allowed a run after Jackson Vanderbrake tripled to start the inning. And Ethan Stacy hit an RBI single to bring home the 9th run of the game. Matter will face Enzo Apodaca, Colin Villegas, and Tino Bethencourt. Case Matter has made 10 relief appearances for the Pippins, 5.10 ERA, just over 12 innings of work, 22 strikeouts to just 6 walks. The walks were a concern for him when he first joined the team, but he has really straightened things out since then. Batters hitting under 200 against him. His last outing came on August 6th in Port Angeles, where he had 3 innings of relief. He faced 9 batters and struck out all 9 of them to earn a save. And we'll see what the Applesox are able to put together against him. Enzo Apodaca, the first to the plate to face him. He takes ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off by Apodaca the other way. And it's 1-1. It will be Apodaca, then Colin Villegas, who is 3 for 4, and Tino Bethencourt, who's 1 for 4. Case Matter likely only on the mound for 1 inning tonight. We'll see who they go with in the 9th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pippins wrapped up their final baseball skills camp of the season. 3-day camp that took place Tuesday through Thursday. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off on the third base side. It's now even 2-2. You want to keep an eye out for when next year's camp dates are announced and get your campers signed up early. The Pippins had over 70 campers at this week's 3-day camp. Always a ton of fun. Slip and slide after the camp on the 3rd day. The 2-2 pitch misses down low, and it's a full count. Apodaca is 3 for 3 tonight with a walk. Gotten on base all 4 times he stepped to the plate. Has a full count here to start things off in the top of the 8th inning. Line drive into left field, and that will be caught by Alex Shanks. So Enzo Apodaca finally put out for the first time today on a line drive to left field. That is out number 1. And here's Colin Villegas. Oh, no. Checking on some scores in the West Coast League, and Walla Walla has tied the game against Ridgefield. It is 2-2 in the top of the 9th inning now. Ridgefield in a do-or-die game. They have to win. And Case Matter beckoning Blake Dickman out to the mound. They're out for a quick chat. Dickman came into this game to catch behind Sam Olson, who started behind the plate. It's hit on the foot. This comes after Michael Carpentier Jr. was the starting catcher last night, and Dickman had to come in to replace him after Carpentier was hit by a ball in the dirt. Came back up. First pitch on its way to Colin Villegas. That one misses just inside, ball 1. 1 out, first batter Apodaca worked a full count, then lined out to the left fielder. The 1-0 pitch, and that one is fouled back by Villegas, 1-1. All right, well, we've got 2 final scores around the West Coast League tonight. Bellingham and Cowlitz, which we have already established. Not necessarily consequential for a playoff picture, but one that will play a very big role. The Port Angeles Lefties have finished off a win in the series finale against the Portland Pickles. Lefties won 7-2. And that is big. The Pickles, if they had won, automatically would clinch a playoff berth. Now with a loss, they depend on the other 2 games going on in the South. Ball taken down low. 3 balls and 1 strike for Colin Villegas, who has 2 singles and a double today, as well as a flyout. One of the games Portland's waiting on is Ridgefield and Walla Walla, and they're tied at 2 in the 9th. Swung on and missed by Villegas. It's a full count. You just know the Pickles are going to be watching that game with a close eye. Bend right now is on top of Corvallis, 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2 count. Here's another payoff pitch, this time to Colin Villegas. Outside corner taken, strike 3, and Case Matter has 2 outs in the top of the 8th. So pinch hitter for the Wenatchee Applesox, Ronan Haynes to bat. Left-handed hitter, right-handed throwing catcher for the Applesox. Bats for the DH, Tino Bethencourt. Bethencourt had a single in the first inning, hadn't been able to reach since then. He was 1 for 4. Haynes takes a first pitch ball. And ball taken just below the knees, so now it's 2-0 for Haynes. That one catches the knees, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike for Haynes. One of the catchers on the roster for the Applesox. Will be a sophomore at Wenatchee Valley Community College. Haynes has appeared in just 2 games this summer. 1 at-bat. It was a strikeout. He was also hit by a pitch in a plate appearance the day before that. Both of those came August 6th and 7th against Cowlitz at home. Makes the road trip to Yakima Valley. Here's the 3-1 pitch to him, and he takes inside. He walks. So still just 1 at-bat for Ronan Haynes in his summer with the Wenatchee Applesox. 3 plate appearances, and he's reached in 2 out of 3 of them. That'll bring A.J. Guerrero to the plate. With a runner on first base and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. That is the first batter allowed on base by Case Matter. He had retired 11 straight dating back to his last relief outing. Here's the first pitch to Guerrero. Ball taken down low, 1-0. He has had a 3-ball count for every batter in this inning as Peyton Robertson starts to loosen up down in the bullpen. The 1-0 pitch, a big swing from A.J. Guerrero, and now it's 1-1 as he misses completely on that one. Peyton Robertson getting loose down in the bullpen just in case Matter has some more trouble. Full count line out, full count strikeout, and then a 3-1 walk to the pinch hitter Haynes. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to A.J. Guerrero. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Case Matter, and that one dropped in, froze him on the breaking ball. Strike 3 taken by A.J. Guerrero. Case Matter gets to a scoreless 8th inning with 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a line out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Wenatchee still ahead, 9-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Who knew it was so difficult to find the right bank?
I know. It's so confusing.
And checking out your banking options? Oh, sounds overwhelming.
The cloud of uncertainty!
Enough! With Banner Bank, it's easy to manage your finances, and help is here when you need it.
Be gone, Cloud!
Oh! Wait!
Built for action, built for banking. Banner Bank.
If we win the lottery, we'd remodel our home.
We'd start with the kitchen.
And out back is where the big trucks will go.
Ben, you don't even live here anymore?
Hey, don't forget about Grandma.
Okay, family meeting. Come on.
Welcome to the Ice Dome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Wenatchee Applesox ahead 9-0. At this point in the game, the Pippins have been able to put together just 3 hits. Their last hit came in the 2nd inning as Jack Lee went 6 innings, allowing just 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts for him. Jeffrey Heinrich took over in the 7th inning, and another new pitcher for the Applesox. Looks like Connor Schlecht will take over. He will face Alex Fernandez, Corey Jarrell, and then the top of the lineup, Spencer Marenko. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Pippins try to get any amount of offense going. New pitcher on the mound is a right-hander. Freshman going to Central Washington University by way of Yakima. Another local kid playing for the Applesox, along with Jackson Vandebrake out at second base. Here's the first pitch to Fernandez. Takes up high, and that's ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, and Fernandez gets a piece of that one, but fouls it off 1-1. Fernandez had the last hit for the Pippins. It was the second hit of the inning, put runners on first and second back in the 2nd inning. Then a throwing error ended up moving the runners up a bag. They were stranded on 2nd and 3rd. Pippins have left just one other runner on base. And the Pippins, who normally, not normally, but a lot of times will leave a larger number of runners on base than they'd like, here tonight don't have a lot of runners left on base because they haven't been able to get a lot of runners on base. 2 balls and 1 strike for Fernandez. The pitch pulls a grounder, first base side. That goes foul past Cash Ulrich, the first base coach, and it's 2-2. Fernandez then struck out looking in the 5th inning against Jack Lee. First time facing anyone other than Lee. The 2-2 pitch. Fernandez takes strike 3. That was a generous call that time. Clearly this game taking a little too long. We're at about the 2-hour, 40-minute mark here in Yakima. Pippins tend to play quick games, even for games that seem to drag. This game still headed to be at or under 3 hours in length. Here's the first pitch to Corey Jarrell, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Jarrell struck out looking in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 5th on a bouncer to the first baseman Stuka. Went off of his hip, and the second baseman Vandenbrake almost saved the play. But there was a little bit of conjunction at first base, and the Applesox weren't able to finish it off. Fouls the second pitch off. It's no balls and 2 strikes for Jarrell. Last time the Pippins had a runner aboard was back in the 5th inning when Jarrell reached on that error. Another foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Through the windup, the 0-2 pitch outside. He got a piece of it. Bouncer to the second baseman, Vandenbrake, who quickly gets it over to first in time, and that is out number 2. Looks like Jarrell lost, I don't know whether that's his elbow guard or his shin guard. Something broke on his way down the line. I think that was his shin guard. Grounds out for out number 2, and here's Spencer Marenko for the 4th time tonight. Marenko is 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts, grounded into a fielder's choice that ended the 5th inning. Bats here in the 8th. First pitch. Breaking ball inside, catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Spencer. That one misses outside on the fastball. 1-1. That was a close one. But Will Bennett typically hasn't been going too far outside, at least with fastballs to right-handers. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Spencer Marenko, and he's on top of that one. Swings and misses. It's 1-2. So Ridgefield in Walla Walla, that game has now gone into extra innings. They are tied at 2. 1-2 pitch, and Spencer Marenko swings and misses to strike out. That ends the 8th. Pippins still have not had a runner since back in the 5th inning. That is the 11th strikeout of the night for Pippins batters. We go to the 9th. Wenatchee leading 9-0. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Be an energy efficiency hero. Install high-efficiency natural gas equipment, and you can be just like Cascade's most energy-efficient player of the game. Match his ERA of $710. Put some runs on the board by upgrading your furnace, improving your home's insulation, and switching to a condensing tankless water heater. Cascade's bench is deep with both residential and commercial incentives. Check them out at our website or give us a call and be an energy efficiency player of the game.
What's worse than standing in line at concessions? Now you can satisfy your appetite while remaining in your seat. With the mobile app Fan Food, you simply select Express Pickup and order your food. It is that simple. You deserve a VIP experience. Download Fan Food today.
Welcome back for the top of the ninth inning, and Peyton Robertson will take over on the mound for the Yakima Valley Pippins, who trail 9-0. Applesox scored 4 runs in the top of the first, a run in the top of the second, 2 runs in the third, and 1 in each of the 5th and 7th innings to take their lead. Case Matter just pitched a top of the 8th inning in which he struck out 2 out of the 4 batters he faced, stranding 1 on first after a walk. In a scoreless 8th inning, Peyton Robertson will look to continue the scoreless streak in the 9th. The Applesox have not been held scoreless 2 innings in a row so far tonight. The Pippins have not been able to push a run across home plate throughout the night. Peyton Robertson will face Jackson Vanderbrake, Luke Stuka, and Ethan Stacy to lead things off here in the top of the 9th inning. Robertson has made 11 appearances in West Coast League play, 2 starts. He's got a 2-2 record, 6.14 ERA, 29 and a third innings pitched, 19 strikeouts to 12 walks. First pitch catches the outside corner. Last outing came August 8th in Port Angeles as a start, which he went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 6 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Robertson, typically a pitcher who throws mostly strikes by a significant margin, misses there, and it's 1-1 to Jackson Vanderbrake to start things off in the top of the 9th. Vanderbrake has 2 walks and a triple in this game. Fouls one off, and it's 1-2 for him. Peyton Robertson working out of the windup. He's got the stirrups going. Low socks tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball that's over the head of Vanderbrake, who was not happy about the pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Portland, who lost tonight against Port Angeles, is awaiting the results of both the Ridgefield game in Walla Walla and Bend in Corvallis. Bend on top 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Foul tip by Vanderbrake. And the crazy part about it is if Ridgefield or if Bend wins, then Portland can win only if Ridgefield also wins. Grounder to the second baseman, Alex Fernandez. Great play by him, throwing across his body while charging towards the middle of the infield to get it over the first for out number 1. In a 3-way tie between Portland, Ridgefield, and Bend, Portland would win the tiebreaker. Portland would also win a 2-team tie with Ridgefield. So if Ridgefield's able to win, but Corvallis comes back to defeat Bend, then Portland could still get in. Those are the only 2 scenarios that lead to Portland getting into the playoffs. Fly ball, foul territory near first base. Willie Lajoie will make the catch. Check in his glove to make sure he caught it, and he did. That's out number 2. The first pitch to Ethan Stacy swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. However, Portland cannot win a tiebreaker with Bend. So if Bend is going to win their game in Corvallis, then Ridgefield has to lose in order for Portland to advance. Line drive into center field. And we'll have to keep an eye on things in the bottom of the ninth. Fly ball caught by Taylor Holder. 3 up, 3 down inning for Peyton Robertson, who comes in and does his job, gets a quick 3 outs in the top of the ninth. Wenatchee held scoreless for 2 innings in a row for the first time tonight. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Pippins, and it's 2, 3, and 4 due up for them. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Pippins Baseball on the Pippins Broadcast Network.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires. Proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Our staff loves baseball, and we know how to match you with the perfect vehicle that fits your baseball lifestyle. We know that you'd rather be getting ready to head to the field or the big game, so we make sure you have the most efficient and stress-free experience as possible. So if you're a baseball fan in the market this month for a newer vehicle, go online or give us a call so that you can set up a time for you to experience our easy and upfront pricing and our hands-on trade-in process that will really ensure you have a great experience and get a great value while shopping with us. Harvest Auto, where we're happy to support you and the activities you love.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Bottom of the ninth inning, Jared Ingman will take over on the mound for the Wenatchee Applesox. Right-hander out of Kent, Washington. Will be a sophomore at the University of Washington in the fall. He will face Chaz Myers, Taylor Holder, and Michael Carpentier Jr. to start things off here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Myers is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Taylor Holder has had just 1 at-bat so far after he came into the part of the lineup where Sam Olson was. Blake Dickman moved to catch to replace Sam Olson, and Holder plays center field now with Corey Guerrero, who started in center, over in right field. And Michael Carpentier Jr., who is also 0 for 3 despite some strong contact. He's been barreling up some baseballs, but fly balls and foul balls, none of them have produced a hit tonight. So Ingman gets started against Chaz Myers. First pitch out of the windup, and Myers grounds one right back up the middle. Vandebreak there, but it goes off of his glove, and Chaz Myers will reach to start the bottom of the ninth inning. He is the first batter to reach since back in the 5th inning. Goes down as an error. That is the 3rd error of the night for the Applesox. So Chaz Myers on first base. Here's Taylor Holder with no outs. And Ingman throws over to first. Had his foot behind the rubber, so just turned and threw over to first. But Chaz back in safely. Carpentier on deck as Ingman comes set. Here's the first pitch. Holder swings and misses. That's strike 1. Ingman, when he comes set, hangs his arms to his side, but his glove and ball hand are out in front of him. His arm forms a 90-degree angle at the elbow, holding the ball in the glove out in front of his stomach. Foul ball by Taylor Holder, as he was late on that one, and it's 0-2. Jack Lee started on the mound for the Wenatchee Applesox. He went 6 shutout innings, allowing just 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Jeffrey Heinrich came in for the 7th inning, got through it 3 up, 3 down, no strikeouts needed. Connor Schlecht struck out 2 in the 8th inning, and Taylor Holder strikes out for the first out here in the bottom of the 9th. So that will bring Michael Carpentier Jr. to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first base. And Austin Plante steps out to the on-deck circle, potentially to bat for Willie Lajoie if we get to that point in the game. Plante, a left-hander, would come in to face the right-hander Ingman. Jack Lee, a left-handed pitcher, started on the mound tonight as Carpentier lines one into center field, and finally one produces a hit. On his way to third goes Chaz Myers. The throw gets cut off, so he gets in there without a throw. And the Pippins have runners on the corners with one out, and here comes Austin Plante. That is the first hit of the night for the Pippins since back in the second inning, as they suddenly find some life here in the bottom of the ninth inning. They've got a long way to go, 9 runs. Let's see if they can start with one. Runners on the corners and one out. Plante at the plate, left-handed hitter. Foul tip on the first pitch. As I was saying, didn't get the start tonight against the left-handed starting pitcher Jack Lee. Plante has struggled a little bit against lefties, especially power lefties, which I wouldn't necessarily say Jack Lee is one. Swing and a miss from Plante, and it's 0-2. Lajoie was 1 for 2 tonight. He had reached on a single and a walk in this game, lined out in his last at-bat. And Pippins just trying to change some things up. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Plante, and swings and misses. He goes down on 3 pitches. So second out here in the ninth inning, and both of them strikeouts. That is strikeout number 13 for the Pippins tonight. That'll bring Blake Dickman to the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Blake Dickman 0 for 3 tonight. Started the game in right field as he takes a ball. Replaced Sam Olson behind the plate. Back in the 5th inning. Has an opportunity to bring home a run for the first time tonight. Pippins have been shut out 3 times this season by 2 different teams. Once by Bellingham and twice by Cowlitz. Pippins opened the series on Tuesday, walking things off in the bottom of the 9th. It was Blake Dickman's bat that did it. Line drive into right center. That will drop 1 hop, 2 hop the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second from first base, Michael Carpentier Jr. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that he's good to go after coming out of last night's game. He scores from first on the double to the right center field gap by Blake Dickman, and the Pippins will finish the regular season having been shut out just 3 times. They do not get shut out here against the Wenatchee Applesox in the final game of the season. It comes down to their final out, and Blake Dickman, who comes up big for the 2nd time in this series. Take another look at that ball from Blake Dickman. 2-0 count. Doesn't try to do too much, but gives a ball a ride the other way to right center field. Nobody able to catch up to it as it 2 hops the wall out there, and Michael Carpentier Jr. able to race around from first base as Chaz Myers scored easily from third base, and it's now a 9-2 game. Alex Shanks swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1 for him with 2 outs and Blake Dickman on second base. The 0-1 pitch takes low and away. It's 1-1. That is the 7th double of the season for Blake Dickman. I tell you, of the batters in the lineup for the Pippins, Blake Dickman is one of the better guys that you want at the plate in a high-pressure situation. He has come through time and time again. Even in a game like tonight where he was 0 for 3 coming into it, does not let that deter him. Comes through with a 2-run double. Alex Shanks fouls one off into lefties. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch. Inside, holds back a swing, and it's 2-2 for him. That one close on the inside. Shanks thought about it, but ultimately lays off and is rewarded for it Dickman with the lead at second base. The 2-2 pitch misses low and away. Shanks keeps the bat back, and it's a full count. Shanks is 0 for 3 tonight. 2 strikeouts and a line out. See if the momentum continues in the Pippins' favor. Against the new pitcher in this inning, Jared Ingman. The 3-2 pitch. Shanks bouncer to the third baseman, who fields it clean and throws to first accurately and on time. So Blake Dickman prevents the shutout with a 2-run double in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, but Pippins do not complete the comeback. They lose 9-2 in the series finale. The season series gets tied up at 3 wins apiece, and the Pippins unfortunately do lose their final 2 games of the regular season before heading into the playoffs. They know that these games did not necessarily carry any real weight, and so hopefully the team does not take these losses to heart, knowing that they've got to keep their eyes on the prize. Playoff start on Saturday in Bellingham, 6:35 p.m. You can catch the action. I'll be providing live audio-only coverage on Mixlr at Pippins Baseball or at pippinsbaseball.com/live. Meanwhile, on Sunday, August 15th, 7:05 p.m., you don't want to miss. We will be right back here on YouTube as well as Mixlr at Pippins Baseball on YouTube. Also find us at pippinsbaseball.com/live. Fireworks after that game. If you can make it out to the ballpark, you're going to want to. First time the Pippins have been in the playoffs since back in 2017. 4th time overall, and the first time after winning both halves of the regular season. They take on Bellingham in the first round, and then we'll see after that. I've been Chris Rosado Jr. Thanks for tuning in all regular season long, and hey, we'll see you in the playoffs in a